today I had a conversation with my friend Rishi from Rishi Draws, and we were kind of talking about our own personal problems, and he said something really profound, and it's something that I think I've said to myself a few times too, but I thought I would make a video about it, which is when you talk to other people and you see what they're going through, and whether it's health problems or family problems or financial problems or whatever it might be, you realize that pretty much everybody you talk to, everybody's going through something. And I think a lot of times we just don't factor that in when we encounter other people. We don't factor in that they might be going through something. We don't treat people with that gentleness of maybe their mom is dealing with cancer, or maybe they just lost their job, or they're struggling to pay their rent. And I just thought, well, let me come on here and make a video and talk about this very obvious thing that I think we should all be factoring into our daily lives and our daily interactions with each other, that everybody's going through something, and to maybe give the people that you meet along the way a little bit of grace. And so yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about that. And while I'm talking about it, I thought I would show a little drawing or painting that I did of Steve Martin and John Candy from the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And I was never really a big fan of the movie. It just wasn't my kind of movie. But the point of the movie, as I remember it, was that John Candy was this very overbearing kind of just needy kind of person. And it wasn't until the very end that you find out, oh, sorry, spoilers. But it wasn't until the very end that you found out that I think his wife was gone or left, or that he pretty much had no one to spend Christmas or Thanksgiving, whatever the holiday was that they were trying to get home to, with. And Steve Martin's character was so annoyed at him throughout. And once he realized that John Candy was dealing with his own traumas, it kind of broke his heart, and he let him in. And I thought that it was kind of appropriate to be drawing this for this kind of talk. And I don't want to talk about this for 15 minutes, of course, but I do want to just, I want to make sure that we are giving grace to people, because people are going through stuff. People are struggling always, and that's human nature. But I think we always assume someone's a jerk, or someone's rude, or someone's aloof, or not paying attention to them because of something centered around us. Like, well, they don't like me, or they're being mean to me. But I think most times it's because they're dealing with something at home. They're dealing with some personal tragedies or whatnot. So just be patient with people. I think I like to believe that people are good, and that people are trying to do good. And I just think they need a little understanding. They just need a little patience, a little kindness. Anyways, I wanted to show this drawing in real time. It took me about 5 minutes. I did this live. You can go back to my lives. I'm sure there's a Planes, Trains, and Automobiles live that I did. And you could see this in real time. I did this painting, I think, about 90 minutes. And it was really fun. But I thought I would at least want to show you the pencils in real time. So there's no speeding it up other than me cutting out when I stopped to talk to somebody or whatnot. Oh, and my shirt is, my kids got me this shirt. This is the Spider-Man shirt where they're pointing, and every time I go out, someone points at me, and it takes me a good 30 seconds to realize that they're referencing the shirt, and I'm supposed to point back. And then I get really embarrassed because I just embarrassed that person because they point at me and I didn't point back. So it's been hilarious for my kids to see me, I don't know, make a fool of myself and then regret that I didn't catch on. And so my son has been pointing at me every time he sees me and I'm wearing this shirt, just to get me into practice. So that way, if I'm out in public and I'm wearing this shirt, I know to point back. So I'm speeding things up now, just because this was a 90-minute painting, and I don't even know if I can talk for 15 minutes, much less 90 minutes. So I'm going to just speed this up a little bit. But I like these kind of talks. I like being able to kind of draw and talk with you. And I don't want to tackle the news. I don't want to deal with modern problems and world politics and whatnot. And I think it's important for us to speak up when there are things, because there's a lot of things going on, and I try to. But I think it'd be nice to just have little 15-minute to 20-minute clips where maybe you ask me questions and I answer them, or a topic to discuss. Though I think this would be much more fun to talk with some of you. I don't even know if that's something that's possible. I don't know if that's something that we could do where I can have a conversation with somebody. But anyways, I think this is a lot of fun, and I think this is good for me, and hopefully it's good for you to just hang out with me for 15, 20 minutes. And we draw together and we make art together, and break out your pencils, break out your paints, or your sewing or your knitting. I don't know if you saw, but Donna's been knitting, and she's doing so good. She made 4 scarves. She did the 100-day challenge, and she's knitted 100 scarves. She knitted 4 scarves in 100 days, and now she's starting a blanket, and it's so pretty. She did so good. I'm so proud of her. And but I hope that if you ever get a chance to try these 100-day challenges, I think they're really fun, or just any kind of challenge that gets you to do something. Donna's never really knit much before, and so this was something that she's really starting to love doing. Oh, also, I feel like this is almost like a newsletter. I feel like I can just talk about what's going on in my head right now. You know how much we love the Nashville Zoo, and we love working with them. We love the conservation that they do with the animals, and there is a data center that's being put up next door, and the runoff is going to go into the animals' water, and it's going to pollute the area, and it's going to be really, really bad. And there is a change.org sign up sheet where you can what's the word for that? It's not protest, petition. I think it's a petition where you can petition to say that you don't want that, and you don't have to be in Nashville to do it. So I'll try to I'll put a link in the description to it, and if you can, just share it, get others to sign it. We want to protect the animals, and Nashville no one needs a data center. We don't need data centers. This goes back to, I made a video about AI, and I am not a fan. And I'm not a fan of data centers and greed and overconsumption and people stealing our work and polluting our planet. So that's where I am with that. I'm also trying to not be negative. I talk a lot about, there's a lot going on, the world's on fire, bad things are happening, and I do that because I'm a human being who has eyes, and I see what's going on in the world. But I also want to try to be a positive effect on the world, on people too. So I'm trying to mix both being positive and being conscientious of what's going on in the world. So some days I'm going to try to be smiling, and I'm going to try to be happy, even when I'm not feeling happy. And I hope that you can understand that I'm human too, and I have empathy for people and what they're going through, and I want to make sure that I do good in this world. But I also don't want my content to be a drain. I want it to be positive. I want it to be uplifting too. So I'm trying to balance that as best that I can. I do. Do you want to hear a secret? We're getting kind of close to doing the Dreamland Chronicles as an animated series. We're getting really close to starting, which is going to be really cool. For those of you who don't know, the Dreamland Chronicles was a graphic novel series that I did for my twin boys. I started it in 2003 when they were born, and I finished in 2016. They were 13 when I finished, and it's over, I think, 2,300 pages. It was 8 books in the series. There were toys, and it's my favorite thing I've ever done. And a few investors reached out to me wanting me to do something, and I said I'd love to do the Dreamland Chronicles, and we've raised some money, and I'm hoping to announce it officially, but this is super secret, so just keep it to yourself. But it's looking pretty good, and I'm really excited. I love making art. I love making these videos. I love talking about art. I think I've kind of, between this and becoming an artist, I think I've reached the end of all of the art that I can talk about. And so I'd love to have my channel become something where I'm doing something animated, because I did a lot of animation back in the 90s. I did Animal Crackers in the 2000s, and I want to get back into that as well. I miss that. I love that. Obviously, I'm still going to be making art every day, because I always do. I love to sketch. I love to paint. But I feel like I've spoken about art in every aspect that I feel comfortable speaking about, and even some that I don't feel comfortable speaking about. So I'm hoping that this is the next chapter. I'm hoping that that's the next thing. In the meanwhile, I'll keep making videos like this. I'll keep making some shorts from time to time. But I've been working really hard on getting the coloring book out, which is done, which is really, really cool. I did 80 illustrations in 100 days, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm working really hard on getting the Dreamland Chronicles to the point to where I can announce it, and hopefully you can all follow along with me on the making of the series. And I think you would really, really enjoy that. Back to the painting over here. I'm at the point now where I'm about probably 60, 70 minutes in, and I'm just adding the final little touches of just broad paint strokes. I feel like I've gotten enough of the tones, the values, and everything, and this is where I add a little bit of the art to it. I want it to feel a little more impressionist, and I'm just kind of having some fun with it. And I think that's the thing I don't miss so much about going live every day, was coming up with something to draw or paint. And I think this was something that just really, I was feeling like I was losing my joy. I was losing the whimsy, the fun in art. And while I liked this piece, I didn't feel like it really did anything. And it bothered me a little bit, I guess. It made me feel, and I think all artists go through that. Like, my work is horrible. My work is crap. It's meaningless. I get a little bit of relief by ripping up a piece. I know it seems silly, but it's cathartic in some way. I just spent 90 minutes on this painting, and no one ever makes a painting and doesn't try their best. And I really did try my best. But I think in the end, there was nothing there. There was nothing there. There was no spark. There was no joy. There was nothing. And so I ripped it up. And that's okay. It's good for our soul to do those things. It's good for us to know. I didn't want that piece sitting around haunting me. And so I ripped it up. And I think that was a good thing. And that's it. This is not a sad story. This was just a painting I did, and I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. I didn't feel like I did a bad job. I just didn't feel like there was any art to it, and so I ripped it up. But back to my original point, which is, sometimes people are going through things. Sometimes people are struggling. Give them some grace. Just like John Candy's character in the movie. Give them a little bit of grace. Give them a little bit of leniency to be better, or to just get through what they've got to get through. And if you're going through something, because I know we all are, just know I'm sending you a hug, and I know you're going to get through it. And give yourself some grace too. And rip up a painting if it doesn't make you feel good.